Hello बच्चों, the question is second maturation division of the mammalian ovum occurs. So second maturation division means we are talking about the meiosis II. So in mammalian ovum the second maturation occurs. So the formation of ovum is called oogenesis and it occurs or it begins before the birth of female. So when a female is in her mother's womb, and so at that time only the formation of ovum is started. Now what happens that before birth, if we talk about the events before birth, so in her ovaries a large number of primordial germ cells, which are actually the epithelium of ovary, now they divide by mitosis and they form the oogonia or egg mother cell. Now these oogonia grow in size and this lead to formation of primary oocyte. Now this primary oocyte, it starts meiosis I. So first maturation division is started before the birth, but here the primary oocyte is arrested at prophase I of meiosis I. So first meiotic division or first maturation division is not completed, and this primary oocyte gets surrounded by a layer of follicular cells, and this entire structure is called the primary follicle. Now from birth to puberty, many of the follicles degenerate, and when the female reaches at an age of puberty, so these follicles start their development. So the second primary follicle, which is having a primary oocyte surrounded by a single layer of follicular cell, now it will continue its growth and it will form the multiple layers of cells of follicles, and it will also lead to formation of a covering, and this is called the secondary follicle. Now the secondary follicle will change into tertiary follicle, and also at this time the meiosis I will be completed. So meiosis I will be completed and it will lead to formation of a secondary oocyte and a small polar body which is degenerated. So this is a secondary oocyte, and here it is surrounded by the follicular cells and a cavity in between. So this structure is a antral follicle, a tertiary or a mature follicle. Now the secondary oocyte has started its division, means the meiosis II, because meiosis occurs in two sequential divisions where one is completed at puberty. Now meiosis II has been started, but now again it is arrested. Now it is arrested at the metaphase II. Now this event occurs after birth. Now due to high level of LH, this secondary oocyte along with some follicular cells, it is released from the ovary. So these follicular cells, some follicular cells and this zona pellucida and secondary oocyte, it is released from the ovary where it is received by the fallopian tube. Now there are two events which can be there. First, either it gets degenerated. So it will degenerate if it is not fertilized or if it doesn't meet with the sperm. So if it doesn't meet with the sperm, then it will degenerate in the meiosis II stage, which is arrested at metaphase II. But the second event is if it is penetrated by a sperm. So if simultaneously, means if ovulation has taken place and simultaneously the sperm also reach in the female's reproductive tract during the sexual intercourse and sperm penetrates this. So this will stimulate this secondary oocyte to resume its meiosis II. So it will lead to formation of some proteins or factors which are called anaphase promoting factors. So anaphase promoting factor will be activated, and now at this time it will resume its meiosis II, it will complete it and will lead to formation of a ooted and a second polar body. So this is the penetration of sperm which is stimulating or which is responsible for the completion of second meiotic division. So let's see the options now one by one. So first is shortly after ovulation, before the ovum makes entry into fallopian tube. No, this is not true, because it will complete its meiosis too after entering into the into the fallopian tube, only when it is penetrated by a sperm. So next is until after the ovum has been penetrated by a sperm. So this is very true. The third option is until the nucleus of sperm has fused. No, only the penetration is required. The rest of the events will be after the meiosis too. So only the penetration of sperm will activate these at APF. So this one is wrong. The next is in the Graafian follicle following. No, in the Graafian follicle it is not there, because it will resume or it will restart its meiosis too only after it is released from the Graafian follicle. So this one is also not true. So the right answer of this question is option B. I hope this explanation is clear. All the best.